Peyton Tolley and Jonah Tong had impressive debuts. Let's discuss on Fantasy Baseball Today Express. Welcome into FBT Express on Tuesday, September 2nd. Here we are, final month of the season. I am Frank Stampfl, joined by Chris Towers. Let's take a look at two impressive debuts from the Labor Day weekend. Peyton Tolley against the Pirates, 5 1/3 innings, 2 runs allowed, 8 strikeouts, 14 whiffs, fastball. Everything looked electric. He was very fun to watch there. And Jonah Tong in his Mets debut, his Major League debut against the Marlins. 5 innings, 4 runs, only one of those earned, some bad defense behind him, but 6 strikeouts, 0 walks here. Chris, what did you see from these two? Peyton Tolley, Jonah Tong, and who do you like more rest of season?
Tong was the better pitcher at the minor league level. Both of these guys were huge risers this season, pitched across 3 levels in the minors, got to AAA and pitched well in limited opportunities. I will give Tong the edge because he's considered the better prospect and was more productive in the minors, but I thought both Tong and especially Tolley were really impressive in their major league debuts. Tong, it was a lot of fastballs, and he didn't miss a ton of bats in this one. It was just 7 whiffs on 97 pitches. But I think clearly watching the start, the Marlins were uncomfortable in the box. They fouled off a lot of pitches. It was a lot of ugly swings. He's got a really unique delivery that's going to cause hitters a lot of problems. Generates a lot of extension with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from a weird slot. So it's going to move in a way that hitters don't really see a lot. I think Tong looked very, very good, and I think he's going to be a very, very good pitcher. Tolley, I mean, if you line up every pitch that the two of these guys throw, and it's like 11 total or 10 total, Peyton Tolley's fastball might be the best out of any pitch that either of these two guys throws. It's a big, heavy 96-mile-an-hour on average pitch that he throws from the left side and gets huge extension, like 7.5 feet down the mound. It's in the 99th percentile after one start. It gets on hitters, and they have no chance against it. 9 whiffs in this one. I think that pitch is going to be a difference maker moving forward. It's just a question of how good can the rest of the arsenal be. I think the four-seamer is both a floor and ceiling raiser, and it's just can the rest of the arsenal get there and allow Tolley to miss bats consistently enough to live up to his upside. I like both of them. I think they're both really special pitchers and should be rostered in basically every league moving forward.
And Tolley, by the way, not that we get any fantasy points for this, but the dude is electric. He's animated. He's snarling after strikeouts. His energy was just fantastic. And he has an awesome mustache.
And he's built like a tight end. He's like 6'6", 250 pounds. He's massive. It seems uncomfortable when hitters are facing both of these guys for very different reasons.
As we know, Chris, the past month or so has been really generous in terms of rookie pitchers. You know, Cam Schlittler and Hurston Waldrop are two names that have emerged. Even more recently, Luis Morales with the Athletics. Parker Messick had a rough start this weekend, but mostly has been good. And Ian Seymour has had a chance to join the Rays rotation, and he has pitched very well. The skills look really good there. So 5 pitchers that I just mentioned, Schlittler, Waldrop, Morales, Messick, Seymour, plus the 2 that we started with, Jonah Tong and Peyton Tolley. How are you ranking all
right, let me see if I can get them all. All right, I'm going to go Tong, Schlittler, Tolley at the top. I think you start all 3 of them just have really special fastballs, which is a good foundation. But Tong, I think he's going to take the league by storm because he's so unique. And that changeup looks like it could be a real weapon as well. So I like all 3 of those guys. I would put Waldrop at the bottom of that tier, but I think that is a tier. His splitter is an outstanding pitch. It's just the rest of the arsenal hasn't been there the past couple of starts, and it's been a little shakier, although very good results overall. So that's 4 of them. We got 3 left. I would give Messick an edge over Morales, but I think it's really close. Morales probably the more physically gifted pitcher. I just think Messick has, he's a little more developed. And so I like what we've seen from both of them. Morales, the sweeper and slider look great this weekend, which is a big thing because he hasn't really been missing a ton of bats otherwise. If those can be bat missers, that takes him up a level. And then Seymour, I think, is clearly at a tier below the rest of them. I think he's interesting, but the Rays usage is going to limit his ability to get wins. It's going to limit his ability to get quality starts. and he's more of a spark, I think, for me.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we return, we've got a bunch of prospect promotions to talk about right after this.
Hi. Novocaine?
Novocaine! Novocaine is now streaming on Paramount Plus.
You're gonna love this.
Oh, you're strong! It's wildly entertaining and an absolute blast.
I'm in.
Novocaine, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back in FBT Express. We are here in September. Rosters have expanded by 2, so we got a bunch of prospect promotions this weekend. The D-backs were called Jordan Lawler on Friday. He started 3 games over the weekend. He actually went 0 for 11 total in those 3, but still huge prospect pedigree, massive numbers in the minors as well. 35% rostered, has second base, shortstop, about to gain third base eligibility. Chris, where, if anywhere, would you be looking to add Jordan Lawler?
I think most leagues. I'm excited about Jordan Lawler. I know that there's some prospect fatigue. This guy has been talked about since 2023 when he made his major league debut. As a 20-year-old, it's worth mentioning, he's only 22 right now. Jordan Lawler has been hugely productive at the minor league level, especially at AAA. It is in Reno. That's a very good place to hit. He's not going to be a 1,000 OPS guy like he has been in his career at AAA, but I think that just speaks to the quality of the contact that he makes. He lifts the ball in the air to the pull side a ton, which is going to help him live up to the power potential as well. He's got a good approach at the plate. I think Jordan Lawler just has a chance to be a Marcus Semien type player. I don't really care that he's struggled at the major league level so far. It's a tiny sample size. I'm not going to hold that against him. So I think, points leagues, maybe it's a little tough just because it's so shallow, but once he has third base eligibility, it wouldn't take a lot for him to get into the top 12 at third base because that's a pretty bad position right now.
Yeah. Another promotion here. The Reds called up infielder Sal Stewart. He was in the lineup at first base, batting 6th on Monday. He went 1 for 3 with a run scored. He's 21 years old, a former first-round pick. This season in the minors, 309 batting average, 20 homers, 17 steals, 907 OPS, 23% rostered. He's second base eligible for now. Could gain other eligibilities. Chris, where are you at on Sal Stewart?
A lot to like here with the player. It's just a question of where he's going to play and how much. He's got the first-round pedigree, had a breakout season, was contributing, in a lot of different ways this year. Has the ability to play first, second, or third. They have the option to play him at second or first at any given time because both Spencer Steer and Matt McLean have not really done enough to justify keeping them in lineup. So I'm hopeful Sal Stewart's going to play every day. I'm not 100% certain, so that's the only thing holding me back. But I think in most leagues it's worth taking a flyer on Sal Stewart just in case because there is some upside here, yeah.
And then we got a bunch of other prospects. I'm not really sure they're going to play much, but I'll just run through and you let me know. The Cubs promoted outfielder Kevin Alcantara. They sent Owen Casey back to AAA. The Mariners promoted catcher Harry Ford. The Royals promoted catcher Carter Jensen. The Cardinals promoted catcher Jimmy Crooks. And the Guardians promoted former top outfield prospect George Valera. Any interest in those 5? Deep league interest in those 5?
I think Valera's probably got the best chance to play regularly just because the Guardians have just gotten nothing from the corner, or from right field in particular. Center field's been pretty bad for them as well. So if he gets hot, he could play pretty regularly. I just don't know how good the talent level is here. He's got a little bit of pop, but doesn't get to it in games very often. He doesn't steal many bases. See if he gets hot and play the hot hand. I think that's okay. The rest of them, if Owen Casey wasn't playing for the Cubs, I doubt Kevin Alcantara is going to. He's not as good of a prospect. Carter Jensen, it's just super crowded there, especially now that Jack Caglione's back, because is Sal Perez going to play as much DH or first base? I don't know. Jimmy Crooks should play pretty regularly for the Cardinals, or at least he has a chance. I just don't think he's a particularly impressive prospect. And then Harry Ford, Kyle Rowley's there. So it seems very unlikely that he's going to play much. I think there's some interesting players in here who could get hot and force their team's hands, but none of those 5 are really, even in a 15-team league, the kind of guy that you have to go out and add before they get that opportunity, I think.
All right. For more extensive fantasy baseball coverage, listen to our full-length podcast, Fantasy Baseball Today, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else podcasts are found. Thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today Express, and we will be back again on Thursday. Bye-bye.